So, in Lamentations of the Flame, this is 6 by 6 by 6 by Lamentations of the Flame Princess. Now, in this system, most of the damage-dealing spells have been redacted. There's no fireball, no lightning bolt, no cone of cold, but there is Magic Missile. Magic Missile is your go-to spell for dealing damage as a magic user, and players are encouraged to customize their spells. So one person, their magic missiles might look like fireballs, another it might look like lightning bolts, another it might look like snakes, another it might look like teeth. But this book customizes it even more. This whole book devoted to the magic missile spell. So, in standard D&D, the magic missile spell did 1d4 plus 1 points damage at first level, and that continued, that added one every odd level after that. Though in some of the more modern ones, I think they limited the number of damage you can do. In Lamentations, the standard is 1d4 points damage per level. So that's pretty good damage. But this has 6 variants of it. So the second variant is the caster level plus 1 times d4 damage. So it's slightly more damage than the standard one. The fine print, though, is that it's less advantageous if you're casting it at multiple targets. And each of these variations is considered a separate spell. So if you can research the standard one, which is in the Rules of Magic book, or you could research the second one or fourth one or whatever, whichever one you prefer. Now, the third variation does d6 plus d4 damage and never gets better. That's it. Why would you want that? Well, in a lot of Lamentations dungeons are made for low level, and this is advantageous at first level. And then as you get higher level, you could just research a different version later. Now, the next one does d12 plus the caster level. So that's really advantageous and improves slightly with time. This one does d10 at first level, d8 at second level, and d6 at third, and never gets better. And this one is d8 at first level, d6 plus d6 at second level, plus d4 at third level, and plus 1 for every level thereafter. So several different variations of the damage that it can do. However, there's the visual effects, and most of the book is the visual effects of these different magic missile spells. What does it look like? So, like this one, Forge of Deflagration. I just picked this randomly. Caster opens one or more gateways to a carbon-oxygen white dwarf star undergoing reignition. As a spontaneous fusion blasts its outer layers away at 5 to 7% the speed of light, targets flares if struck by invisible blowtorches. So, or this one. The caster, it's paturating the skull spider. The caster's head swells and bursts, and amidst its ruin stands an ambiguous creature, a skull-like spider or a spider-like skull, larger than the head that birthed it. Legs of bone perch on the caster's shoulders, and it cradles beneath its belly the silken orb of an egg sac. From the skull spider's vacant eye sockets shoot threads of something luminous and corrosive, evaporating even as it eats into targets. After this attack, the skull spider disintegrates as if made of papery spider molts. Below, the caster tears open the silken sac to reveal her original head unharmed. So that would be really creepy if you throw that at your players the first time they see it. So, and there's a way to randomly pick one of these. You roll 3d6, and in red here you can see what the results are to pick your random one. There's like 216 of them. And it gives some ideas about how you can further customize the game rules around your now modified magic missile spell to make it more interesting for the players and the referees. So, you know, it's a good quality book. It's got a ribbon. It's also got this thing, which I don't understand why this is in a lot of books. Used to be Lamentations only did this for the Zach Smith books, and there'd be a list of resources, useful information in here, which is I thought, and this was advertising for Zach's books, so I thought that was why they were put there. My guess is it was too expensive to print all this stuff on the back of the book, and so to cut the price of the book down slightly, they did this, because it's a really good high quality book. Highly recommend this, not just for DMs and referees and GMs, but also for players who like to play magic users who can cast the magic missile spell. This is a very useful book to you. I think you'll very much enjoy it.